Alright, Ironeye. This guy happens to be my favorite character in the game right now. He has really good skilling and dexterity. He can do okay with arcane. Some people like arcane builds on him or just status effect builds, arcane frost. Um, right now I'm currently running something a little bit different, something different I've been trying. I'm liking it a lot more, and that is right here. I'm running Knight of the Lord. So with this relic, every time you swap weapons, you add an affinity attack. You know, it's random. You might get holy, might get lightning. Um, every time you get that added affinity, also you get this boost from a attack power getting increased every time you hit an enemy with an affinity attack. I think that's 10%. You have switching weapons, also boosting attack power as well. Then for my other relic, I'm running the newest one, Dark Knight of the Champion. This is from the enhanced version of the Drift Knight boss. This every time you defeat an enemy, you get more of the art gauge feel. I like that extra bonus. It just helps me kind of keep my ults up as long as I'm running around in open world killing mobs. Um, Boost attack power of added affinity attacks as well. This stacks with the other relics effect. So that's a 20% increase, and then you get increased maximum stamina, which is always nice for a guy that likes stamina. Um, my last relic, the Grand Luminous Stone here, it increases my attack power for each every jail prisoner defeated. This is the relic from the um, new merchant. You mark the treasure up on the map. Sometimes you can find some really good treasure at the start of the game. I found a purple bow once inside of one of the treasure chests right at the start of the map. And then, of course, you get the sword stone key in possession of at the start of the expedition. Also, really nice. Um, Basically, when I'm running this build, I kind of just go around and try to clear all the other jails if possible, or as many as possible. Usually, as long as you get about 4 or 5, you can really feel that bonus. That bonus stacks multiplicatively, so it also has no limit to it. So it's really good to get your damage up on pretty much any character. But yeah, that being said though, let's get into some gameplay. I'm gonna show y'all how how much damage this relic really adds, along with the other ones. Alright, so for Ironeye, I'm gonna be taking out this enhanced Dark Drift Knight just to give a good showing of like how powerful he really is. Like I said, you're basically just looking for stone sword keys. Try to get those Evergels opened up and cleared. The biggest challenge in most of these runs will be the first Evergel you open. Clearing it at level 1 or 2, depending on who comes out of it, can be a pretty big challenge. But after the first one, the rest of them get pretty easy. I'm just run up here, grab this other stone sword key if there's one in here. Hopefully my team, follows me around to the rest of the Evergels. Sometimes they don't want to if you're playing with randoms. So if you're having trouble with this boss, I would advise probably getting the team put together, just going for maximum damage. But like I said, this playstyle, it can be quite maybe the bother for certain people that don't like to constantly keep swapping weapons, but I think the damage is worth it. Yeah, you'll see what I mean once I get buffed up a bit. No bow, unfortunately. Let's run up to the top and grab this sword stone key, and then we're gonna head down to this one. Hopefully there's one over here. Also, if you're having trouble with this boss, maybe and you beat the last one, you can try changing the shifting earth over to the Shadow City. That'll make it so you can get the extra revive for your team. Maybe if you find that in a Wind and Grace, pretty much set up. Trying to get these guys to go down here. I don't think those frost camps really all that worth clearing, to be honest. I also forgot to level up, unfortunately. Looks like we got a big group of enemies. This is usually what you don't want for your first ever jail. Too many enemies can be quite the problem. Being low level. On the upside, every time we kill one, we get our ult back pretty quick. I also like leaving only 2 weapons in my main hand, just to make swapping easier. You know, to swap once or twice to get back around to your bow, whatever bow you're using. So you might be sacrificing a passive, but I think it's just a little bit more convenient. Now, to be honest here, I really want to head around this way. If there's a boss up there, that Revenant's pretty easy. You can kill him. Get the flash from the church. Grab a talisman. Yeah, it's not really useful for us. This guy's pretty easy to kill. Spark him. Once you're in a good position, you can start using your triple shot on the larger enemies, and you can chunk the bosses. Didn't let me get a crit there, unfortunately. Yeah, he appears to be angry at me. That damage I'm doing definitely can't feel good. I'll just take the physical attack increase. I really would like to get this Everjail since it's inside of the it's a little bit outside the circle, but it's the only one that's inside the circle. By the time we run around and circle closes in, we're going to get the rest of them afterwards. So we just focus on finding Swordstone keys and maybe go to the castle. I'm a little surprised. This team is actually pretty cooperative. A lot of the times, like one of my guys will come with me and we end up clearing the Everjail, but it usually burns a bit of time. But most of the time, if your team wants to go for the Everjails, I say just go for them. There's no downside, even if you don't have a relic that boosts your attack power. They're a pretty good source of rune gain. Yeah, usually I just swap most of the time. I run low on stamina. Swap lets me get my stamina back. Wow, the reach on that thing just it's always surprising me. I guess we'll go for runes. We can head over. We'll just hit up this place. Is this lightning? I can't tell. Yeah, it's lightning. Could use a lightning weapon for this boss. We might get a bow. Most of the time, I always feel like these camps for Ironeye, it's just kind of a toss-up. A lot of times you just kind of have to go with whatever decent bow you find. It's not a lot of bow variety in the game. Hopefully that changes eventually. Not that he really needs it either, though. He's already really strong without it. Hey, we got one. That works. We'll get that upgraded to purple as soon as we can. We should go to this cave, then go to the castle if we can. That's one thing I will say. It's probably a must for every run you use Ironeye to go to a cave, because like I said, most of the time you don't end up finding a purple bow. So maximize damage. I'm gonna have to end up coming to one of these caves sooner or later. Yeah, I'll usually take long though. Yeah, damage is already looking pretty good. Storm's gonna be closing here soon. Depending on where it closes, I'm not sure what our route should be after the day one boss fight. Ideally, it would be nice if we near another castle with the swordstone key. Then maybe we could go there and then head over to the other gates. I'm not sure if my teammates have a swordstone key of their own. You can check your other teammates' relics if you didn't know. Looks like this guy has one, so that's an extra one. Doesn't seem like this guy has one, so that's 2 in total that we have in our possession. Oh, he's just signaling to the other guy. Ouch. Oh, he's targeting me. That's funny. He revived me the instant I died. W teammate. There we go. I guess we'll take this. That's pretty good. Physical damage negation. That'll come in handy. Looks like it's time for the boss fight. And this got us going down here. Gotta be careful not to get caught up here. Dang it. Alright. Seems like they want to fight one more night, but I already think it's worth the risk, to be honest. Might as well keep a smooth run, smooth as long as it is. Go down here and level up. Check this talisman. I suppose may come in. But yeah, since we were way down on this end, I guess we might head north after this. Or maybe we'll ride the tree up. I don't know. Might be faster to head north and just go grab the flags of the church, do this every jail over there, grab the key from this castle, the other two ever jails in the center, and maybe fight a main boss or something and come back to the castle to finish that. We'll see. Placing us over here would have been nice. Could have got a sword stone key from there. Fought the boss, two bosses here, one beside the ever jail. Grab the church, grab the other key, and then go and do the other three areas and just leave this one over here maybe. But sometimes you just have to take what the map gives you. Looks like I'm gonna get some use out of my death blight resistance. I guess it depends on if this is the gaping dragon or the other guy, worm face. It's a gaping dragon. But yeah, if you don't have anything in your offhand, you can use your barrage here. Kind of goes crazy. But if you don't, like I said, you can use a triple shot. Probably deals about as much damage as. Not really too concerned with cutting this guy's tail off. Just gonna kill him as quick as possible. As you can see, that damage is already looking pretty good. By no means, I don't think this is probably the best in slot or the best possible build you can run on Ironeye, but it's definitely really good. I'm not sure which of these that I actually want. Maybe this. Oh, we got a second boss on day one. That might be the first time that's happened to me. I didn't even know you could get a second boss on day one. Trying to get this guy marked. There we go. Got the stagger. Let's get him marked again. Ouch. Gargoyles and their effort to waste time. We'll take those extra rewards though. None of these are great. I don't even know if this stacks, maybe. It looks like he wants us to go to the council, but I'm thinking we go up north. I think the damage is worth more than the levels at the end of the day. If you're a couple levels down, but you're just as high in damage, or even higher in damage, I think it's way worth. Just scaling up the amount of damage you can do. But yeah, since Evergels are so spread out, you're definitely gonna spend some time running around. Like, to be honest, you can go to these places and just grab the key and leave. The boss isn't worth a ton. I don't mind if they finish that camp off down there. By the time they do that, I should be done grab this key and get out of here. There we go. Thankfully it was one. Sometime it might not be. I could probably solo this as long as the boss isn't too bad. I got no complaints with big targets. I like to burn my ult when I'm in the open world just cause. I do need to still upgrade my bow. Gotta keep that in mind. I like to do so before the second boss fight. There we go. We'll take the runes. Go for lack of finding the opponents. There's a merchant here somewhere. He's on the outskirts. I would like to get an upgrade off real quick, but he might not be. I don't see his little smoke camp. We won't worry about it for now. Our other Ironeye does have a stone sword key, but or at least I think it was him that had it. Yeah, gonna need him to use it at some point. Found a pretty good talisman back there, but I'd suggest he keep it since he's guardian. Nice. Yeah, I guess we'll go over here and fight this boss until this guy catches up. Oops, I'm actually running the wrong way. Oh well, we'll take him too, since he wants to go up. Death bird. I hate death birds, to be honest. These guys feel a little strong. Got a lot of room forever against any opponent that flies around a lot too is really annoying. Just take unnecessary amounts of time to kill. Gotta got us some holy damage. It's always nice. Should be about to stagger. There we go. Some more holy. Damage would be a bit better if our bow was purple right now. Oh, that's really annoying move. Yeah, that ability does a lot of damage. There we go. The Ironeye finally showed up. Looks like we got us a legendary. I'm really hoping that they what's this have? I'll give it to one of these guys. I don't really want that. Maybe they'll use it. But I'm really hoping that they add a legendary bow in the game that has like a legendary long bow or short bow even. That's not the great bow, because the great bow really just the wind up speed takes too long for the damage payoff. Guess we can go up and carry this guy too. We would like to get that last ever gel open. I suppose we could ride over. If you do have someone to tank the boss, like draw his aggro really easily, you can do a lot of damage with pretty much Ironeye or the sorcerer. Or if you get like the passive where you're less likely to be targeted, you can usually do a ton of damage to him because he'll just ignore you. You can just kind of get close up on him and spam away. There we go. It's close to nighttime. Oh, nice. I can upgrade my bow right here. Get that last ever gel, and it'll most likely be nighttime. Level 14, not too bad. For plant blades, maybe. That'll work too. Do need to fill that last weapon slot. One of the downsides to fighting mostly ever gels, you don't end up picking up a lot of weapons. Where is our Ironeye? He's coming. Yeah, hurry up. Kind of on the edge of the circle here. I would have liked to have found some damage negation. One of these ever gels or on an item effect or something. Still none. I need holy damage negation or physical. What's that? That enhanced boss hits pretty hard. Might be somebody over here to fight. It's a Zamor guy. There we go. Some damage negation maybe. We're lucky. Nope. Poise. None of which we really want. So we'll take some of these. But yeah, level 14, not bad. Didn't quite get to as many average gels as we could have if we had got the right side of the map, but it's it. It should be enough damage for me to showcase kind of what I'm talking about. I'm only hoping my team is decent enough to kind of stay alive against this guy. Because he does have some pretty powerful attacks and he moves around quite a bit. Choose these. Oh, we got too close. He's just spamming away. That mark missed, sadly. Just kind of looking at the boss and seeing the damage, it kind of feels like I'm dealing a lot of this damage myself. So I'm not sure how hard our guys are hitting. That could be bad. Meaning if we go down in the fight. I mean, if I go down in the fight, it might be over. I don't think it matters too much, but we'll take the stamina. Extra character skill cooldown could be looked at as stamina, I guess. It does have immunity frames on it. But yeah, nearly level 15 though. Not quite. Just gonna grab some defense. So we can survive a bit better. Well, I'm gonna be honest. We got a guy leveled down. 2 levels down actually, and probably don't have the most optimal weapons or anything. So this might be a little difficult. It's really gonna depend on me and this guardian, I think. Um, let's go ahead and take that. Got us a sneaky little triple shot combo in right there. We're doing actually better than I thought we would so far. This is gonna be the true tail right here. I dodged that too early. Yeah, animation took too long. I think he's after me. No, the other guy maybe. I suppose I should go get him. That's definitely gonna hurt. I don't know. As you can see though, we're dealing quite a bit of damage even from a distance. Generally speaking, this boss, he moves around so much, you don't do a ton of damage with melee characters unless you kind of keep him pinned down with your ult. Hurry up, because that's gonna hurt. Ouch. And I actually got hit by the end of it. This guy should probably just run. Or ult. I don't know about him ulting with me at 1 bar though. But hopefully this is about to be over. Guess I'll go ahead and get this guy up. I want to try to get him a little close, but keeps bringing out that harbor. Okay, there we go. Get some good damage. Is he aiming at me? Oh no, he's over there. Can I reach? That's not. This is over. But yeah, like I said, Ironeye doing a lot of damage. I'm hoping maybe they add being able to see your stats at the end of the game. Kind of see how many um how much you damage the enemies that you kill. Or like, I don't know, maybe some other useful stats to know. Maybe like what contributed to most of your damage. Something like that. But yeah, but this has been Ironeye. Like I said, definitely a top competitor for the strongest DPS in the game. It's really dependent on whether you find a certain spells with recluse, like quick casting ones to do a ton of damage. Um, yeah, probably mostly that, because all the rest of the things that Iron Eye has, damage he gets from his relic, you can kind of get the same thing with recluse, but you don't really want to run the Knight of the Lord relic on the recluse because her swapping attributes on her staff don't really do a ton for her. It just slows her down too much. But yep. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.